Taurus, Mama Taurus, Daddy Taurus. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to your funny and your most favorite Armenian guy, where I serve and I slay. Dear Taurus, welcome to your twin flame reading from the end of August to September. And this is going to be a special series for you. And this is a specific message for a special group of Tauruses out there who are on a twin flame journey. If you have been in a separation with somebody, if you have not talked to this person, or there is a lot of push and pull, back and forth energies, and you have a lot of questions, then this reading might be for you. And especially if you have been going through some sort of a spiritual awakening, then this reading is going to find you at the right time. Thank you for being here, dear Taurus, and I love you so much too. I see you in the comments. I greatly appreciate you. As you know, my mom is a Taurus, my dad's a Capricorn. This is who they raised. So let's get into your reading and see what's going on for you and dive deeper. I'm gonna see what happened in the past between you and your twin flame, the current situation, what is going on between you and your person, as well as in the near future, actions, any other love messages, and I will also clarify all the cards and get some information on the main energy and challenge for you as well. All right, so let's get into your reading, dear Taurus, and see what's going on. And thank you for your kind words and for your compliments. I really appreciate you. I see many of you. I love Tauruses because I was like thinking and saying to myself the other day, like, Tauruses are great messengers of God, of the divine. Because I've seen some really nice knowledgeable spiritual content creators or messengers of God who speak messages. They're Tauruses. Like, that's some fire. Grounded. Okay, so the energy between you and your person, dear Taurus, is the Queen of Swords. And at the bottom of the deck, there is the Four of Wands, but you don't see coming, followed by the Magician and the Seven of Pentacles. So, dear Taurus, the main energy and the challenge between you and your twin flame is the Queen of Swords. Some of you are possibly dealing with Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. Possibly I'm seeing here Leo also, Aquarius, very strong. The Star, Scorpio, could be any other sign, could be a Virgo, Capricorn, another Taurus also. Okay, so the energy here between you and this person is basically a lot of thinking going on. There is the telepathic communication. Okay, Queen of Swords straight out the gate. I'm just gonna say this. There is a telepathic communication between you and your person. Queen of Swords. Swords represents the air, right? The air sign. You know, air signs are all about communication, mental communication, and that type of a connection. We're gonna find out to see what is it that's actually being revealed and what are the things that you need to know. Now, in the recent past, dear Taurus, you have the Ten of Cups, the Strength, and the Star. So in the recent past, I do see here a lot of happiness between you and this person, between you and your twin. Okay, I see here family, sense of belonging, everything started off very nicely between you and this person. There is always different stages in twin flames, right? I've done my research, I've studied this, and I've been really felt called to do this reading. So, you know, we're going to get into this, but there is different stages. When you meet your twin flame, there is this familiar sense and feeling as if you have met someone that you have known for a long time. It's your soul split living in a different body, and there is a sense of familiarity. Everything seems to be so beautiful, so nice, until there is a lot of patterns that come up. And those patterns, when they come up, they trigger a lot of things. And, you know, whichever side it is, they start becoming the runner, and they shut down and withdraw physically and emotionally, because there is a lot of accumulated anger, accumulated toxicity, dysfunctional things from their upbringing, from their childhood, from their past lives that needs to be let go and resolved. That you could be the one that's actually allowing this person to see that, holding the mirror to their face and basically mirroring back to them, right? That what they need to heal within themselves. This is the reason why in the present moment there is the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords here indicates that in the present moment there is a lot of questions, trust issues. You still really want to be with this person, but for whatever reason there is this sense of trust issues, a lot of questions, and we're going to talk about this. Okay, Page of Wands, Page of Swords. You know, even if you want to get back with this person, even if you really feel like something is about to happen, you want to clarify something. We're going to see what is this that this is bothering you and has been bothering you for a long time. In the near future, dear Taurus, there is a death, the Eight of Pentacles, and the King of Swords. And look what it says underneath the death card. It says a rebirth. Death and then the infinity symbol, rebirth. So in the near future, there is something here that's transforming. There is a situation, there is an energy that's going to be transforming and shifting for you big time. And this is going to lead to basically communication. You have the Queen of Swords as the challenge, and there is also the King of Swords at the end of the reading with the Eight of Pentacles. Communication about possibly working things out together and taking it to the next level. We're going to get back to this and clarify. At the bottom of the deck, dear Taurus, there is a Four of Wands, and this is an indication of possibly getting back together, marriage, family, or children involved here as well. And there is the Magician, which is talking about manifestation. And I want to also mention that I was driving the other day. I live in Vegas. I was on the freeway. I took a picture of it. I'll show it to you in the next reading. I literally saw a driving license plate which says 99, the letters, and then 999. It was insane. It was like 5 nines. I think I'm gonna post it into the community post. You will see that too. I was like, Taurus, this is my mom and daddy Taurus's reading right out there, like literally in front of me. I was like trying to take a picture, but I did it. It was great. So transformation, you know that, Taurus. Okay, now let's get into your reading and get some clarity for you. So Taurus, I'm going to clarify the main energy that's taking place between you and your twin flame. It looks like with the Queen of Swords, dear Taurus, there is a lot of thinking going on. You're doing a lot of thinking quietly. Maybe you're meditating. There's this sense of solitude. I feel like a lot of you have been really exhausted from this journey, the constant push and pull, back and forth and back and forth. And many of you are just wanting to take a break. That's what my soul is telling me. That's what my intuition is telling me. Like, you know something is going to happen and you're not trying to push anything. You're not trying to force anything. You're just letting it happen. Wheel of Fortune. Wow, I'm getting chills right now. Your reading always, like, you're so deeply spiritual. I almost don't want to finish the readings, but gotta be respectful of your time. So the Wheel of Fortune is talking about destiny. Okay, this is a very, very positive card actually in tarot. It means that something good is about to happen in your life, like literally even in abundance, even many things that you can see Taurus right down there as a fixed sign, right? You are a fixed sign, I'm a fixed sign, Scorpio, Aquarius. When we are a fixed sign, it means that we don't like some random changes. We don't like, adaptability. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not a mutable sign. Mutable signs, they like adapt to things and whatever, but like we like fixed things. We like fixed communication, constant, consistent communication. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody that's being very consistent, fixed, consistent, good food for Taurus. And I love food too. So basically, circling back to the twin flame reading, this has to do a lot with you and this person being on a journey together, and something is unfolding, something is opening up, a portal is opening up, spiritual portal is opening up for both of you. The Star again, okay, Aquarius energy here, and the Lovers. Okay, so again, you know that something is about to happen, something very positive, something really, really fulfilling is going to open up for both of you. By the way, yesterday I got a permanent mark. I had to put some clothes on because we can't really show no nudity and things like that. So something very positive, something very good is about to happen. And this has to do a lot with you, Taurus. Your energy has shifted, period, because you're no longer trying to force anything. I think in the present moment, you're just aligning. You know you're meant to be with this person. You know that this journey has been, yes, excruciating and painful, but at the same time, this is also a journey where you are basically letting it unfold and let them come towards you with their own growth, with their own level of consciousness, because you're somebody that I feel like you're someone that's very spiritual, that has a very strong sense of spirituality connected to the divine. That's why you're representing the Hierophant in tarot. And for many of you, your spiritual journey has been accelerated because of this, because of meeting your twin flame, because of meeting your person. There is something about this person that they have showed to you, and I'm gonna say these words. It's not gonna resonate with everyone, but I feel like it's the words that I'm saying here. I'm hearing self-abandonment, okay? And this person has taught you really how to self-love. Focus on yourself. You see what I'm saying? That's some sassy shit. I love that for you, dear Taurus. Okay, because you finally learn to pour into your cup. Okay, now in the recent past, the 10 of Cups is clarified by the 9 of Cups, speaking of Cups, the 5 of Wands, and the 5 of Pentacles. So even though there was a lot of happiness and stability with this person, possibly things were looking and feeling great on the outside, but I feel like internally there was also a lot of conflict, argument, abandonment wounds. As you can see, the middle one right there with the 5 of Wands, there is a lot of conflict that has taken place between you and this person. And this has to do a lot when the twin flames, they come together. Then there is, after the honeymoon phase, usually the familiarization phase, there is a phase where it's a crisis. There is a crisis that must have happened between you and this person, okay, with the twin flame. And this crisis here has to do a lot with you and this person holding the mirror back to each other's face and really seeing the wounds and the generational wounds and the pain and, cultural, anything that has ever been in your lineage, right, in your history, that has been, I'm getting goosebumps right now. I don't even know how I'm able to channel those messages, but like I'm just speaking. I just feel like that this is a situation where a lot of you saw things unfolding in your life, specifically with this person, which has never happened with any other relationships, any other people that you have met in the past. When you met this person, there was this familiar feeling that you have known them for a long time, and everything was, started off good, but then all of a sudden somebody here started emotionally withdrawing. Somebody here started shutting down, physically withdrawing, distancing themselves. Now, the Strength card here, I do feel like this is more so about you. Possibly you could have dealt with a Leo, but I feel like that this has to do a lot like how strong you are. You are the bull, you know what I'm saying? Like it really made you very strong and gave you a lot of power, okay, personal power. Now the Death card here is also showing up in the recent past, which is also going to happen in the near future, transformation. Okay, rebirth. A lot of you started accepting the truth. Ace of Swords is about accepting the truth with the Queen of Swords and the Death card. Many of you might have said, you know what, this is a tough journey, and this is the level of pain that's very difficult to just go through and to really embrace on a human level. Okay, because that kind of a pain is very difficult. So you started going through what? Dark night of the soul. You started going through the death card, death process, okay? The death of old beliefs, the death of the old ego, the death of the limiting beliefs that were holding you back. Some of you maybe also grew up in a very dysfunctional family, possibly that also affected you as well. So you accepting the truth, because the Ace of Swords is about the truth. This is about really understanding what is it, because you shall know the truth and the truth shall set you free, right? And this has to do a lot with you basically surrendering to the universe and recognizing the lesson, the opportunity that this situation was offering you. And I'm saying the words, but I can only imagine how hard and difficult that must have been for many of you when you were going through that, okay? And I'm sending you a big hug. I have gone through a dark night of the soul as well, like 3 years ago after my first breakup, but that opened my heart open, like cracked open my heart, and I started really looking deep within myself, I'm saying? Like it was just like, I'll tell you sometime about this story, but the Star card here in the recent past is clarified by the High Priestess, the Six of Pentacles, and the Nine of Wands. So for many of you, even though there was this sense of betrayal, this sense of pain, the Ten of Swords, something here ended very painfully. Some sort of a situation came to an end, and I think that what this did for you and this person, it awakened your spiritual side even more. It activated your spiritual side even more here. There is the High Priestess in the middle, and the Nine of Wands, which is the wounded soldier, and there is the Six of Pentacles. A lot of you stopped begging. A lot of you stopped also setting for breadcrumbs. And when I'm saying this out of love, and I feel like that it's like your twin flame, like there is this runner chaser dynamic where somebody here started running away. Somebody here was not really wanting to accept that they needed to face some sort of a truth and also change something within themselves. Transmute that pain, okay? Being an alchemist. So a lot of secrets were revealed to you in your spiritual journey with the High Priestess. A lot of things, you started really seeing things from a different perspective. Also, when you are awakening, when you're waking up, when you're going through a spiritual awakening and you experience certain things, like out of this world, like your consciousness expands and you start to really see even other people's pain from like a higher level of consciousness, and you don't judge them anymore. You don't blame them anymore, because just like I've read the books, The Power of Now, Eckhart Tolle, right? Eckhart Tolle, he talks about like how, you look at some people who are like yelling and getting angry and getting pissed off and this and that. It's the pain in their body that's manifesting in a physical form. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I'm saying, so it's like literally understanding and seeing people, humanity, from a higher level of consciousness, right? And just having that compassion towards them, that their time will come and they will also get to that level of really accepting that they need to change things within themselves. Trust me, that's so liberating, Now, in the present moment, there is the Seven of Swords. It's clarified by the Queen of Cups, the Judgment, and the Hangman. Yes, there is a spiritual awakening. There is definitely the Judgment Day is upon us. There is a major decision and a realization that's coming in towards you with the Judgment, and this has to do a lot with how your world has turned upside down. It's been very challenging. It's been very difficult, but you know what? You're having a spiritual awakening. The head is being eliminated. Your crown chakra is opening. Your mind is expanding about this person. What has this person brought into your life, and in what ways have they actually allowed you to grow, right? And I feel like that a lot of you, speaking of compassion, you're approaching this situation from a place of compassion. Now, why the Seven of Swords? Lies, deception, manipulation. And that happens because if your other twin has been triggered, and they may act out of fear because their ego gets threatened. When somebody's ego, if they're unhealed, unevolved, gets threatened, they will do anything to protect that, right? Because they get triggered, they see as a threat. They see that if you're holding a mirror to them and letting them know, hey, like this is what you need to heal within yourself, they have a hard time of accepting the truth. So I feel like you're being more compassionate towards this person. Look, also another revelation that I'm getting for you, the Judgment and the Hanged Man, you're letting go. The Hanged Man is about letting go. Whatever is in the pocket, whatever is in this person's head, it's coming out, it's getting flushed out, and there is a shift that's happening, and you're letting go of the judgment towards your twin flame. It's like, even though this person, whatever they have done to you, whatever they said to you, you're like, you know what, I'm letting go, and I'm letting God and letting the divine, and I'm not forcing anything. I'm aligning myself with this situation, okay? So in the present moment, like I said, there is this hesitation of allowing this to unfold in a way that, you could almost like, you want to make sure that this person is actually, you want to feel it deep down within yourself that they are coming with this sense of appreciation of you and change within themselves, okay? I'm also going to say something here. Some of you are creating art. You maybe are an artist. You maybe paint, draw, play music, because Page of Swords energy is very creative energy. So you're tapping into that, and you're doing the right thing because actually by tapping into that energy, that's what it means. When you're evolving, you're also helping other people to transmit their pain, right? Because you're sharing yours as well. Now, in the present moment, there is the Emperor, Aries energy, Four of Cups, and the Three of Wands. There is a waiting, there is an internal waiting going on, and I think that from like, you're like probably watching this person, maybe in the remotely, maybe in the astral realm, I don't know. But I feel like, there is also a little bit of a sense of fear of rejection that you may have within yourself. So I feel like that's something that you're healing within yourself now. Like, what if this person ignores? This is you like offering love to this person, and you're probably saying to yourself, what if they're not open to really to this offer, right? So that's something that you're asking yourself, and there is this waiting, but I think that you're aligning. This is not an obsessive waiting. This is just kind of like graciously, leaving the door open for them to come on in. Now, the Page of Swords is clarified by the Moon, the Two of Cups, and the Four of Pentacles. A lot of you also might be seeing this person in your dreams. You might really have some strong telepathic communication with this person, which is also the energy between you and them. The Moon here talks about our subconscious mind. It talks about our beliefs. It talks about fears and doubt and things like that. A lot of you are holding on to this relationship because there is a soul connection. I do strongly believe that the Two of Cups here does represent twin flame journey between two individuals here, okay? So there is also a very strong sexual energy between you and them, okay? So number 2 and the Two of Cups, okay? So in the near future, there is a rebirth that's going to happen between you and this person. There is the Death card. The Death card here is clarified by the Page of Cups, the Seven of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. So in the near future, there is going to be some kind of an apology coming towards your way. Okay, as you can see, somebody here wants to apologize, wants to talk to you. There is this sense of, almost like, oh, our urgency. Like, it's like you are already in a new timeline. You are going to be even in a much higher timeline. You're jumping timelines. You're quantum jumping. I believe that. And then this person wants to, your twin flame, they want to make sure that they're not way too behind, because the way that you are moving forward also carries this sense of detachment and not obsessing over this person, but just letting it happen. And that's actually attracting them more. Because when we try to obsess over something and try to obsessively manifest or whatever, it's gonna run away. But when you let it go, it comes to you, because you're not living in the vibration, in the frequency of lack, that I don't have it. Now the Eight of Pentacles in the near future is clarified by the Sun, the King of Swords, and the Knight of Pentacles. So in the near future, I feel like that this straightforward, slow, steady, but surely something is moving. Okay, and I feel like that there is going to be a communication that's going to come forward to you with the King of Swords, Page of Pentacles. Slow but steady. Okay, slow but steady. There's going to be movement, but it's the realization that your twin flame is having. They need to act like, they need to really accept certain things within themselves. The avoidant patterns that they have, they need to accept that they gotta let go of that. They really need to like own something, and that's the realization that's happening fast. And then actions, like taking actions towards you, coming towards you with the Knight of Pentacles, because this is a very, almost like a slow moving horse. Okay, and energy, that's what they're going to be operating from, and be very careful. Okay, now Six of Cups, this is a past person returning. This is, a soulmate connection, twin flame connection, and this is specifically a twin flame, so that's what this is about, right? But this is a very spiritual card, because it embodies a lot of type of soul connections with each other. Knight of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles. So in the near future, there is going to be this sense of, first of all, when the apology comes in, when the love offer comes in, I do see here with the Seven of Pentacles, looking into the journey that you have been so far and appreciating. Seven of Pentacles all talks about this sense of growth that you have actually have had so far. This realization of, even though it was a very painful journey, but it was worth it. Some of you are also going to be financially blessed. Somehow you're going to be seeing that you have actually also attracted abundance into your life, dear Taurus. Maybe some of you are writing a book about this. Some of you are maybe becoming a mental health therapist, coach. One way or another, like you're contributing people, motivational speaker, you're contributing people for contributing humanity in their journey. Okay, now let's get the advice here for you and your twin flame. Mama Taurus, Daddy Taurus. Oh, this is a serious reading. I meditated today like a lot before I was like getting into those readings. So now the advice for you: the Hanged Man, Five of Swords, and the King of Cups. So Hanged Man here is twice, right? Because we also talked about how it came out and there is a spiritual awakening that's taking place. So the advice here for you to remember that even though, yes, there is a telepathic communication going on, a lot of the thoughts that you are probably picking up, you might experience some sense of anxiety all of a sudden during the day. There might be this sense of, this fast heart rate, whatever. It's just your twin flame. I feel like for many of you, you're picking up on your person's energy very accurately. And just to remember that, for you, like to regulate that is to do breath work, meditation, and to really also be in this energy of, so I was like seeing if there was anyone familiar. This is outside the window. And for you to really accept the fact that the spiritual awakening that you have had has been accelerated because of this connection with this person. And there is a King of Cups. There is a telepathic communication, and this communication, I feel like you're feeling a lot more compassionate towards your person with no judgment, okay, and just letting it be. Now, the way that this is going to unfold for you, I do strongly feel like this is going to bring a lot of stability. There is movement that's happening, okay? Slowly but surely things are going to start moving up. What is the messages of love for my Taurus and their twin flame? Okay, so finances, and it says financial challenges are affecting this connection. Maybe for some of you, financial issues were a thing, status differences. Somebody here was way too much dependent on you, on your own stability, because you are the Queen of Pentacles. I saw it at the bottom of the deck. You are meant for riches. You are meant for abundance, Taurus. And you might be somebody that you have worked really hard, you know, or earned it. You have earned this, but it's just like maybe for whatever reason your finances got a little bit challenged when you were with this person. But you know, I said that there is things that are going to be changing up for you. Blockages are going to be removed because energetically you're no longer holding onto, you know, those patterns and this pain and this resentment from the past. You're just transmuting that and letting it be. Okay, so Mama Taurus, Daddy Taurus, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for being here. I love you, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.